Hi, drill baby, drill baby. So what? Hey, how you doing? I'm Keith. This is Democrat Point, and I'm a Democrat. And I just want to open up with the drill baby thing. Say what? Because you've heard lately that we've gone under 50% of dependency on foreign oil, and Democrats won't even make this known. And you hear about the complaints of the oil companies and the Congress people in Congress, especially from the Republican side. They lie. They lie. They, they lie. Don't tell you. Don't agree with me. Acknowledge what I'm saying. They lie. And I'll tell you why they lie. Because they said the big problem was that this president won't allow oil companies to drill. That's crap. As of 2009, because of this president, leases totaling up to 53 million square acres were given out to the oil companies. In case you don't know what 53 million square acres equal to, that's over 82,000 square miles. Wow. As of 2012, the president has been willing to lease another 39 million square acres for the oil companies to drill on. So let's deal with that first 53 million acres, or 82,000 square miles, of which the oil companies are choosing to only utilize 5%. 5% or less out of 82,000 miles. Now, let's put this in perspective. That's roughly the size of Kansas. Maybe 1,000 miles smaller than the state of Idaho. 2,000 miles smaller than, less than the size of Montana. Wow. Just that 53 million square acres. It's also larger than the state of Florida. Yeah. It's larger than the state of Florida. And in addition to being larger than the state of Florida, you could add roughly half of the state of Georgia, half the state of Ohio to it to make up the total. The state of Florida is only, what, 59,000 square miles? No, not even 59. Round it off to 59,000 square miles. Now, listen up. They have, all companies have 82,000 square miles of leases, of which they're only using less than 5%, maybe even 2%. And we've dropped under 50% dependence on foreign oil. Now imagine if they actually start drilling on some of these lands that they have leases for. You could imagine how our dependency on foreign oil will actually become non-existent. Who sets the gas prices? We got high gas prices. Who set them? The oil companies, the Koch Industries, BP, other oil companies, Conoco, Phillips, Exxon, Mobil. They set the gas. Those are the oil companies that set the gas prices. They want you to blame the president, but it's the oil companies, especially the Koch Industries, who grossed $42 billion last year. $42 billion, of which $6 billion was paid out to employees and others, investors, because they don't have a lot of investors. It's a private company. It's not traded on the stock market. And the two brothers walked away with $18 billion apiece. And this is drilling off of less than 5% of the leases that are made available, that were made available by the president. Now the president want to add another 39 million square acres, bringing the total of land that will be leased to the oil companies up to 149,000 square acres. That encompasses the state of Louisiana, New York, and Alabama. Imagine being able to drill on that much land every mile, put an oil rig. Even if we just use the state of Florida and the state of Georgia. Yes, the state of Florida and the entire state of Georgia, the entire state of Florida, and half of Alabama, or half of North Carolina. But the one thing that's holding them up is that they say, even though we have enough leases for land that's the size, that has a land mass the size of California, at 149,000 square miles, that is the size of California. The whole state of California. Imagine being in this county, being able to put an oil rig every square mile. Do you think that'll be enough land to be drilled on if you use the whole state of Florida and you were able to put an oil rig every square mile? Or even every 2 square miles? Imagine how much could be accomplished. But they don't want to do it. What's the big holdup? I'll tell you what the big holdup is. The big holdup is that they want to drill in Anwar Providence in Alaska. This 149,000 square miles would be 1/6 the size of the state of Alaska. Sorry, a quarter of the state of Alaska. Because Alaska is like 580,000 something square miles. But even this 82,000 square miles would be about would be 1/6 of Alaska. But still encompass the entire state of Florida and half of Georgia, or half of North Carolina, or half of South Carolina, or half or 2/3 of Alabama, or 2/3 of Louisiana, or 2/3 of Mississippi, the entire state of Florida. But they don't want to do that because, picture this, even though they have the whole entire state of Florida to drill from and half of Georgia, they don't want to do it because, you know what? They want to be able to drill in that 300 square mile patch that's called the Everglades. Hold up. You got all of Florida and half of Georgia, but you want to hold it up because you want to drill in the Everglades, that 300 square miles, when you have this other 82,000 square miles? This is what the oil companies are doing. So you want to know why, even though oil dependency has dropped down well below 50%, why we're still paying these high oil prices? It's because of speculation. They don't want to drill. They want to keep us dependent on the prices that are being set in the foreign countries. They want to keep us dependent on the prices that are being set by the Saudis, Iranians, and so on and so forth, because that's how they get their profits, off of speculation. There's bills right now that the Democrats are trying to pass in Congress right now called anti-speculation legislation in the Senate. And what this means is that if you are speculating and charging that, passing that price off to the people, that you can be fined for that because it will be unlawful. And that's nothing new. It's nothing new. People say that's a mandate, but that's nothing new. I'll tell you why. Because there are laws that are based off price fixing. And that's what it is. It's price fixing. Price fixing is illegal. Federally, it's illegal. One real estate, if a real estate office charged 7% interest, and that other real estate office, everybody just said, oh, we're all going to charge 7% interest. You know what happens? That's called price fixing. And it's illegal. So, speculative pricing is illegal. It's nothing new. We are being charged billions and billions and billions of dollars because of speculation. Congress says, people in Congress says about 60 to 70 cents on every gallon of oil that we buy. I say it's over 6. I say it's $1 or more based on speculation. And that being said, I just want to say, drill, baby, drill. Say what? 53 million acres, 82,000 square miles, the size of the entire state of Florida, and half of Georgia, or half of North Carolina, or half of Mississippi, or Alabama. And you're only drilling, and they're only choosing to drill on 5% of that, which would encompass the counties of Broward, Hillsborough, and give me another big county in Florida. And they complain about the oil companies not having the land to drill. This is the difference between Democrats and Republicans. We're saying, you know what? You can drill. Drill, baby, all y'all want. It's just certain parts of America we're not going to allow you to drill. We're not going to allow you to drill in Yellowstone Park. We're not going to authorize you to drill in the Everglades. We're not going to authorize you to drill in the most pristine parts of America, Anwar Providence. Are you kidding me? But the Republicans said that's the reason, that's what's holding them up. And Democrats said no, what's holding you up is greed. And thank you for listening. This is a Democrat Point. I'm Keith. And guess what? I'm a Democrat. Say that. I am a Democrat. You get 80% here. Better 80% here than 0 over there. All right? Now have a nice day.